What's up, guys? We are on episode 5 of the tutorial. So this time we're going to make our list a little more styled. So right now it only has the icon and then the main text. So we will give it a subtext underneath, and then we'll change the icon. And I think we're going to make this list sort of the menu for the entire project. And each item will go to a different part of the tutorial, which might include simple things like just laying out layouts, kind of like we're doing here, but maybe a little different. And then it'll go to things like using the SMS manager or picking from an image gallery, things like that. So to start, let's just get this menu going. So first thing we need to do is let's just make 2 icons for now, and so you can use GIMP or Photoshop. I'm going to use Photoshop, and it's going to be super easy. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Looks like the computer wants to freeze. So I'm going to make a circle and then just give it a number for now. So height and width, go ahead and be 128 each. You want to give it a clear background, and we'll save it as PNG. Alright, and so I'll just make a circle. And make it just some color. I guess we'll just do blue. And put a number 1 in there. Okay, looks good. There's our icon. So, whoops. So we'll file save as, and then I'm just going to save it as icon 1 is fine. Make sure you save it as a PNG, just so we can use the clear background, and save. So now we can take that and move it over to our drawable folder, which is under the resource directory. Drag and drop it, and it should work. Nope, I guess we'll copy and paste it. And then, there we go. When naming assets, they have to be all lowercase, and they can't have certain special characters or spaces. So I use underscores for the spaces. So we have icon 1. Now we could load that icon 1 here by default, which I'm not going to do. We're going to load it in our main activity here. So if we do r.drawable, it'll search the drawable folder for us, and then we should see icon 1. And there it is. So now if we do, let's make an icon 2, so we'll change the text here to a 2, and I'm going to change the color to, I don't know, I guess pink. And so now we have a 2. I'll save that as icon 2, and I'll load that in as well. So now I will copy and paste the same as I did the first time. Just copy, and then go into the drawable folder and paste it. And now here it is. So we have icon 1, icon 2, and I'm going to get rid of this third option for now. But we'll add it as the tutorials go on. So there's icon 2, and then I'll get rid of this, and then remember to get rid of that last comma also, because commas separate the elements in the array. So there's those 2 items, and now this is actually going to be something, and this is going to be a placeholder. So I don't know what this one's going to be yet, so I'm just going to call it placeholder. But menu item 11. Let's change this to view components, or components is fine. What should we call them? I think they're widgets. We can call them widgets. Working with widgets. There we go. Okay, main activity can be working with widgets. And so that'll be the next part of the tutorial series, and then once we get to where we want to go with that, we'll put something in placeholder and we'll go from there. So now in our click view listener, when you click working with widgets, which let's go ahead and just run the app to make sure our menu items are working properly. I have my emulator still open. I'm going to remember to check use same device for future launches and then press OK. And it's going to take forever and ever and ever, and then it will finally run. Alright, and there it is. So we have the blue text color, and then we have our icons that we just made. And again, these can be anything. For our purposes, we're going to use 1, 2, we'll go 3, 4. We'll keep going with that until we come up with some better icons. But so for now, what's going to happen is when you click want this working with widgets, we're not going to display any toast. We're going to actually go to a section in the app for working with widgets, and so this is going to help with launching from screen to screen. We'll use intents to do that, and so that'll be the very next thing we do. But as promised, before this one ends, let's go ahead and also do a subtext in each of these. So that's what we're going to do right now. So in our menu list item, we can go ahead and zoom in a little, and I think we'll go ahead and make this a little bigger, the actual relative layout. So right now it's just the height is wrap content. So the reason why we like that is because then all we have to do is add another text view. So let's just make a small one. And we can add it just right underneath. Boom. And then the relative layout itself grows. So this can be, if you click this button up here, that's match parent. So it'll stretch across the entire parent, and it'll keep the margins, and that's pretty much what we want. And then the text, we'll set the text with the class object. So we just need to know that it's called text view 2, and we should rename all of these to make sense. So all I did was double clicked, and from here I can change this ID. So instead of text view 2, I'm going to call it TV subtitle. You can call it anything you want. And so now that I have that, I'm also going to change this one. So we'll call this TV title. And so I keep TV because it's a text view. So this says updates usage as well. Do we want to do that? We do. So say yes. And it'll update all that. And then we can call this IV icon. IV icon. And the same question, we'll say yes. And so now, theoretically, it should update all of them in here as well, so in our adapter. And it did, so TV title, TV icon. Okay, so now we also have a TV subtitle, and so we're going to want to use that. We also need to add this in here. So we have menu text, and we want to make a private string, and then we're going to make the subtitle text. And now we can add this into the constructor. You could also make a new constructor, but I'm going to add it here, and that will force the user to give us a subtitle as well. So then in the constructor itself, go ahead and set this object's subtitle text to the inputted subtitle text. And then we're also going to need a getter and setter. Instead of typing all that out, we'll do the same thing we did for the other one. So right click, generate, and then you will generate a getter and setter, and only for subtitle. So press OK, and there we go. So there we have it. That's done. So now in the menu list adapter, we can make the text view. Well, we're going to actually make a reference to the text view. That we made the text view in the layout file, that XML up there. So here we can grab a reference, so we can say subtitle text view equals, and then you got to cast it, and then that'll be the convert view, find view by ID, and then that'll give us r.id.subtitle, TV subtitle. Okay, and so now we have a reference to that. So we'll go ahead and set the menu items subtitle text to the text view. So get subtitle text, and so that'll handle that for us. So in main activity now we have to give it a subtitle. So the subtitle of our first one will be, let's see, using Android's default layout, views, and widgets. Okay, and then make sure to keep that comma in there. So the placeholder, or subtitle, can be anything. Just a placeholder until we know what we want to do. And then make that comma, and if we run it again, this is going to take a while, but if we run it again, we should have our separate icon as well as the main title and subtitle, and then that'll wrap it up for this tutorial. Next tutorial, we will handle a click on the item to do more than just show a toast, and it'll go to the activity for, in this situation, working with widgets. So this is what we have right now. So we have our subtitle text, our actual title, the icon, and so right now all they do is show a toast. So that'll wrap it up for this one. Like I said, next tutorial, when we click working with widgets, it'll leave this activity, so it'll leave main activity. It'll go to this new activity that we're going to create, and then we will continue from there. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.